I'm sort of reminded of the days when it was, you know, welcome to your job, you're going to be sat here, you're going to be sat next to that person probably for the next 4 to 5 years, and then once a week you'd get together as a team or as a department and you'd hear what everybody else is doing. And you know, with the advent of agile working, you have the ability to sit down in these groups as and when per project, and that makes a huge difference and really, really benefits the company.
It's a very common question in interviews as well, isn't it? I mean, people now ask overtly, you know, will I be able to work remotely, flexibly, or whatever?
Yeah.
And perhaps 10 years ago, that might have seemed a little odd question to ask before you'd started your role. But actually, it's just taking advantage of what we can do in this modern world.
Sure. And it's phasing out now, but there are still evidence of managers that kind of believe that it's bums on seats. So if I can't see you sitting there working, then I don't believe that you're working. I don't trust that you're actually working from home when you say that you're working from home. And thankfully now that's phasing out, and you know, there's that level of trust that's coming back in, and therefore the feeling that by being given the opportunity to work from home, I will reward you by putting in the effort and making sure that I'm delivering. It's really, really important, particularly
at least it's clear when people do need to be in a particular place for a particular reason, whether it's a controlled environment.
So it sounds like flexible working is very much a common characteristic, we think, going forward for a successful company to survive.
I think as leaders we're grappling with this. I mean, we're almost talking about these things that on the face of it can seem diametrically opposed ideas. We're almost contradicting ourselves out of the other sentence, but it's a complex world, and we're no longer in a one-size-fits-all monolithic type of environment. And I think that is the future. You know, and how senior leaders, whether they're company execs, not just technologists such as ourselves, need to understand that and be able to grapple with that. And that's a complicated world. I think that's where we are important connectors across the organisation to help people make sense of that.